Hello, welcome back. It has been practically 2 months since my last stream, and that's simply because it's been about 2 months since I've been home. I got home from a long trip. I got home on Thursday, and it is now Monday, March 18th, 2024, and I'm coming to you live from home once again. It was a big month of traveling and going all over, and I hope my audio is okay. It looks okay on OBC or OBS. It looks good. But no, we're going to talk about it. We're going to play some City Skylines. I'm excited because I haven't played City Skylines in over 2 months, or about 2 months, somewhere around there. Actually, I think it was 2 months exactly today that I left, because I left on January 18th. I went to India, and I was in India for 2 weeks, and then I went from India to Finland, where I was in Finland for about 6 weeks, and then like I said, I just got home on Thursday. And then Berto Prey, already in the chat room, can always count on my good buddy Joe Sankopla, and he is confirming that the audio sounds good, so that's great. So I had an idea. And I got this idea. I kind of got it from a video. I think it was like one of those things where a video kind of supplanted the idea in my head without me realizing. What was it called? There was a big scandal like a year or two ago where like comedians, like I think Amy Schumer was getting called out for stealing other comedians' jokes. And she was saying, well, no, because what happens is you go to enough comedy shows and you hear a joke and then you kind of forget you hear it. And then you think of it like a year after you've heard it, but you think it's original because you genuinely forgot you heard it. I don't want to say it's parallel thinking, but there was another term that was kind of used for that. So I had an idea for a city that we could start, and I'm just going to acknowledge that I saw the video before I had the idea. However, I wasn't thinking of the video when I got the idea, so in that way, it's kind of an original idea, but not really. So there is, let me bring it up. There is, of course, The Line in Saudi Arabia, and I was looking at this a little before the stream, and I'm sure there's probably a ton of streams out there that have done this already. So you know what? Good for them. But I was thinking we could go ahead and we could create The Line as a city in City Skylines. But here is the thing. Here is the thing that I did not realize about The Line. I knew that it was this thin, long strip that was a city, essentially, like one really long. I went to go look at its dimensions. I did not realize that it was only 200 meters wide. That is ridiculous. When you consider that a football stadium, the field itself is 100 meters wide, but then again, you would probably put the football stadium going lengthwise, so it doesn't really count. But still, like what can you fit within 200 meters? I think we're going to find out. I think what we'll do is we'll start building the line. And then there were all these other questions I was thinking about, like in my mind, like, okay, well, if we build the line in City Skylines, like, do we put the power plant within the line? Like, do we have any kind of wiggle room to build outside of the line? Like maybe things like sewage pumps or water, maybe water towers could be in, but like things where you pump the water out, could those be outside of the line? Or the power plant itself be outside of the line? Or is this strict, where everything is within the line, within the perimeter of the line, but the only thing out of it is maybe highway connections? So I think we're going to do that, and I think we're going to do that while I talk about whatever it is we're going to talk about. Probably my trips. I like I said, it has been a whirlwind of traveling for the past 2 months. Barely spoke to Joe. I think he probably forgot who I was, so that when I messaged him on Discord, he probably blocked me, which is why I have not been able to message him since. But no, it was it had been a very long 2 months, but I gotta tell you, India. Wow, like India was awesome, and the main thing that was awesome about it was the food. Oh my god, I don't want to jump into it right now. I have some strong thoughts about India, but first I want to find a map. I want to find a map on which to build our line. So I see two possibilities here. I see this one, Coral Riches. I don't want anything that has a lot of snow. I don't think we should do that because I think sometimes the snow can just be a distraction to the overall building process, right? You know what I mean? Because it's white, it's glaring, it's like glaring at you, it's like blinding, it's like it's like when the snow is on the ground within the game. That's why I understand. That's when I understand why people use light modes in their app. I mean, why they use dark modes in their app. I am a light mode fan. Like any app that defaults to dark mode, first thing I'm doing is finding out how to change that to light mode. But in City Skylines, no, I get it. I kind of get it. Coral Riches, the map, how big is 30? I don't know what the dimensions of the map are, but I have a feeling that the dimensions of the map is not 110 miles. I think it was like something like 60 or 70 miles. So we're not going to be able to do the line justice by doing the entire length of it, but are doing like a properly sized line, but I think we can get pretty close if we just go the entire width or height of a map. And we also want something that's relatively flat. I don't want to deal with mountains. I don't want to deal... I want flat. I want as flat as can be, and there's a million inappropriate jokes entering my mind right now, but I'm going to refrain because, I'm just going to refrain, but I want flat. I just want a flat map. So even as sweeping plains, like it feels like there could be a line from left to right here. I might have some trouble because it looks like there's a highway connection up. Like, yeah, because I want something that's going to be completely, parallel / perpendicular with the map itself. So maybe that would work. There's a highway connection, but I don't know. Water, okay, but it gets down to 24 degrees, which means it could be, we could have some snow. I like how the theme is North American, but it's in the Southern Hemisphere. That's funny. We have Waterway Pass, and this looks good. Right? This looks like up to down. Or it looks like we could definitely do a line up to down. Or we could maybe even... No, there's mountains on the left and right. We couldn't do it left to right. There's Tampere. So Tampere... some people would probably say Tampere, whatever. Tampere is actually the second... I think it's the second largest city in Finland. Ironically enough, I did not go to Tampere, but I heard it mentioned often during my time in Finland. But they say Tampere in that Finnish accent. Tampere. It's almost like Thai. Just imagine like people speaking Thai, but in Finland. They kind of like it's very that Swedish like singing. Yeah, I'm from Sweden. Okay, so we have Tampere, but that looks like that could have some complications too because it just looks like it would be difficult with the highway, right? Let's see. Mountain Village is mountainous, obviously. Twin Mountain's going to have mountains. River Delta, maybe. I think there might be some mountains in the way. Coral Riches. Coral Riches looks promising, actually. Because it definitely goes up to down, right? We could go up to down, or we could go... No, we can't go left to right. But we could definitely go up or down. There is a highway, but we could modify the highway. I'm not too concerned about modifying the highway there, because we could just make it go straight across or under or above the line. Okay, so Coral Riches, and that is also doesn't get very cold, so we're probably not going to have any snow. So it's either going to be Waterway Pass or Coral Riches. I think Sweeping Plains might create too many problems. Mountain Village is going to be too mountainous. Barrier Island, no. Tampere, we could go left to right, but I think okay, Waterway Pass or Coral Riches. Is there any way to tell which one is flatter? Coral Riches look pretty dang on flat. But Waterway Pass also looks pretty flat in the middle, and it has those nice mountains on the outside, so you could have a nice, lovely view from within the line. It also looks like we could maybe, on Waterway Pass, we could like follow the water kind of, we could kind of go alongside the water. So that way we could have our water sources and our sewage, obviously one downstream from the other, but we could have the sewage. Yeah, I don't know, Joe. If you're still there, what do you think? It is a tough call. I think Coral Riches just looks the flattest. Waterway Pass, it could have some complications. I see some ridges in the middle, some bumps in the middle. There could be some complications. I think we're gonna go with Coral Riches. Coral Riches. Oh man, but I really kind of want to go. Okay, let's look. Let's actually read. Just edit any map. Yes, okay. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for the advice. Okay, Waterway Pass. Two colossal mountain ranges create a natural border from two sides, while providing ample flat space for building between them. A large meandering river flows in the middle of the map, joined by a few smaller brooks from the mountains. Train tracks run across the entire area, making it easy to tap into existing railway network for quick outside access. It sounds good. Yeah, Joe's telling me you can terraform for free. Yeah, yes, I know you can, but what's the fun of that? Coral Riches. A vast coastline expanse filled to the brim with natural resources. The center is dominated by a large lake. I don't know that I'd call that domination. Accompanied by sizable islands suitable for building. Multiple outside connections provide additional opportunities for resource production and transportation of goods. Maybe I will do what Joe says. Maybe because I don't know if for some reason I'm hesitant to build the line up to down, right, north to south. I don't necessarily want to build. I kind of want to build it east to west. In which case, I think Twin Mountain might or Tampere seems pretty flat. That was one thing that I definitely. I mean, this was my second time to Finland, but just like the map we want to use, Finland is very flat. There's like no mountains. There's barely like the tallest things I saw in Finland were the mountains of snow from them piling up the snow. I think Tampere would probably wait. Is there a railway? Tampere, home of Colossal Order, which makes sense because all the best software comes out of Finland. It seems like these days, like QT, Colossal Order. What was the other one? There was another company. What was the other company? There was another company of a software that I use quite regularly that comes out of Finland, and I can't remember. Tampere, home of Colossal Order, is known for its stunning natural beauty and waterways. The map is located on an isthmus between two large lakes. Okay, wait. Now, look, this is Finnish. When I was in Finland, I have to go with this map. I mean, I just got back from Finland. But I learned to read... Well, I learned to read Finnish. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking, Joe. Well, they use the same alphabet. Yes, they do, but they pronounce things slightly differently. So this two large lakes would be. This is Nasijärvi, and the other one is Pyhäjärvi. Okay, so Nasijärvi and Pyhäjärvi, which are connected by a river. The surrounding landscape is characterized by lakes, rolling hills, and dense forests. 3 linked highway connections can easily form the backbone of the city's traffic. I think we're going to go with Tampere. No, because there's going to be snow. I don't want to deal with snow. Which leaves sweeping plains, right? The vast ocean can be accessed from multiple smooth beaches nestled between rising cliffs opposite the ocean. A long and tall mountain range creates a marvelous landscape. A broad expanse of flat land provides plenty of buildable space between the ocean and the mountains. A single highway runs through the entire length of the map. And that's what concerns me, is the single highway. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, I think I think we're gonna go. Oh man, this is difficult. This is difficult. This why is this so? This should not. I'm gonna go with Coral Ridges. We're just gonna go up to down. All right, we're doing it. We're going with Coral Ridges. Okay, so we need a name. We need a name. We're gonna call it. Let's call it the Line for now. Oh, excuse me. All right, unlimited money, unlock everything. I don't want to deal with money. I have to deal, like I always say, I deal with money in real life. I deal with bills and limits on what I can and cannot buy because of money. And I have to earn money. I have to work to make money. I don't want to do that in a game. A game is for relaxing and fantasy and playing. I don't understand. You got people out here that like, they're managing their little empires with every little piece of gold, and they're able to buy all of the best loot and power up the loot, but they probably are like negative $30 in their checking account. Like, explain that. Explain that to me. Just, you just got to pretend that life is a game. Okay, disable tutorials, unlimited money. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Okay. Coral Ridges it is. We're going north to south. I wanted to avoid it. Oh boy. But yeah, it was an amazing trip. India is the food in India was amazing. Now I already like Indian food. Indian food is I love Indian food. And the food in India proper was just insanely good. And here's the thing here. Your boy didn't get sick at all. Not one time did I get sick in India. And that is after I went to so I was in Bangalore for the entire trip. But this was after going to places like KR Market, which is this just insanely busy market in downtown Bangalore. And I ate food from street vendors. All throughout the city. Stomach made of steel. Right here. Stomach made of steel. Didn't get sick once. We got to buy some tiles. And we got to figure out the orientation of the line. So, is this okay, I think this square, so what if, well, first of all, how wide is a line? I mean, how wide is, 200 meters, right? So if I just build a road. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. So wait, 200 meters is, oh my God. Are you kidding me? That's it? If I go 90 degrees, that's it? Wait, 90 degrees. Oh my stars and garters. Is that all? Is that it for... That is insane. How are we supposed to build anything with that? What, like, so if I put let me just look at a big, like, can you fit a hospital? Hospital's going to get pretty big. I can't even, I guess I could. Yeah, you can fit a hospital in there. What about a college or a university? Let's go with a university. Nope. A university will not fit in the line. Oh my stars and garters. So we would not be able to have a university within our, well, wait a minute. Let's try something. What if we just deleted this? Now could we have... Okay, so we could have a university in the line. Okay. All right. Okay. That is not a lot of space to work with. And then the question now is, so from road to road is 200 meters. So do I want to go outside the 200, like when I'm drawing, because I want a road on either side of the line, right? So my question is, because there it is, 200 meters. Do I want to go maybe to like 216 meters? And then, because what that would do then is give me roughly 200 meters between the roads. Or does the 200 meter width does that incorporate the road width as well? But do we have a map of the line? Like how I'm curious. Do they even have roads? Let's see. The line, Saudi Arabia map. Okay, no. Okay, situation map. I don't know what that means exactly. Let's look at the wiki page again. NEOM, the line map shows the enormity of the project. Let's see. Okay, no. Okay, no. No, I want to, like, will there be roads? Maybe there won't be roads in the line. Oh, wait, there won't be roads in the line. Will there? Okay, wait. Which is designed to have no cars, streets, or carbon emissions. Ooh. Oh. So no highway connections, but just a train connection to the outside world. And buses, I guess. No, no cars. No streets. Oh my. How are we going to do this then? How is this going to work? So let's go back to picking out the pieces of land. So if we do the line, right, if we go, so we already decided that this square, so what if we bought that, right? And then that borders up on the tile that we already own. So that would be good, right? That would just be, we can't sell tiles, so we're kind of stuck with that. Oops, no. Go back. So we do this. No. God damn it. I don't like computers. Okay. Let's see. We build that, and then we select that right there. Oh, it is so nice out. Okay. So what this would do... Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong one. How are we going to do this without roads and without... I mean, because we do have that pedestrian walkway. All right, so I think the thing to do here is just to jump in. I'm just going to jump in and buy that. And that's going to be where the line... Now, do we want to do a proper line, which is 200 meters wide? Do we want to do a city skylines line, which we could say is a tile wide? Or do we just want to... I don't know. Because again, let's look at this more on scale. There we go, the tilt. So we got to be very careful with this, all right? Because what I want to do is, we're going to snap. It should snap. Let me see. I want to get this. There's no tool that can get me parallel to the border, so I got to eyeball it. And that looks probably about as good as we're going to get, right? So, okay, so let's build off of that. So we should be able to do this pretty easily now, because it's all 180 degrees. And then, if we go 216 meters instead, remember, because no, we don't need a road. So if we go 200 meters... That's it. That's it. That's all we get for width. That's it. And we already, like, can we even have, like, what about power plants, right? Like, what can we fit in terms of a power plant in that? Can we fit, we obviously can't do a nuclear power plant. A gas power plant? No. Okay, what's going on with my computer? Come on, City Skylines. You can do it. There we go. Okay. So, I guess we could have but we can have a small coal power. Yeah, we can have a small one easily. Okay, well, that brings up another question. Which way is the wind blowing? The wind is blowing this way, right? So, what we want to do is any industry and any industry we want basically south of this lake. This is going to be difficult. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking we're going to have roads. We're not going to have roads. All right, first things first. Let's make sure we're flat. Let's make sure it's as flat can be. Again, I am avoiding jokes because I do not want to get in trouble with the YouTube police or the Joe police. Okay, so we go here, and then we're just going to flatten this out. So again, the food in India, absolutely amazing. I think I ate biryani like 6 times in the 2 weeks I was there, which is pretty much every other day because it was just that good. I had this other, so they call snacks, they call them a chat. Like, oh yeah, would you like a little chat? A little chat. And I'm like, well, what? I don't want to talk to you. No, but no, they're actually asking, do you want like a little appetizer or something? And I had this one, and I keep forgetting the name of it. I have to ask my friend. But it was literally this guy. He was sitting on a bucket, right? He's sitting on a bucket in this market that's just completely crowded. And the weirdest thing, they take the food, and it's like already prepared. It's like in different cups and stuff. And so you go up and you're like, yeah, can I have one? I forget what it was called, but I don't even think I think I was literally like, yeah, can I get whatever it is you're selling, and they take it, and like here, right? They might, like, if you got like a pita pocket or something, they might wrap it in like a piece of wax paper or something like that, right? There, they used magazine paper or newspaper. Literally wrap your food in newspaper. And so you're holding this piece of newspaper with like a piece, like a not quite a pita pocket, but basically something of similar nature. So you're holding a pita pocket that's like wrapped in a piece of newspaper. It was bizarre, but it was so delicious. It was so good. India, I had been warned. I had been warned about certain things. Like I had been warned about oh, you're going to get sick. You're going to have diarrhea problems, which actually didn't happen until I got to Finland. So go figure that. But I'm almost hesitant to say this because it's almost rude. But it oh man, I really don't want to say it. It had a distinct odor. It had the entire city had a very, very distinct and strong odor. And that odor was not a pleasant odor. It was it was a bad odor. It smelled like poop. Like it smelled like poop. But the strange thing about that is, right? Okay, so you had, like, I arrive in the, no, it didn't smell like curry, Joe. Or are you asking me if I tried the curry? But of course, I mean, I tried different types of curry. But no, it had that smell. But here's the scary thing. So you arrive, and I arrived on I think like a Friday night or something like that, and the middle of the night, so I just went to bed as soon as I got there. But on the way to the hotel, you just smelled it everywhere. It was like oh god, you could smell it. And so I get to the hotel and I go to sleep, and then the next morning I wake up, and I'm already kind of adjusted because I arrived in the hotel at like 2 a.m. and just went right to bed, and then had a good night's sleep and woke up. And so I was like, I wasn't really too jet lagged. So I decided I'm gonna go walk around. I'm gonna go walk around in Bangalore and see what happens. Oh, and Captain Fandom Nerd says hello. Well, hello there, Captain Fandom Nerd. Welcome back. But so so as I'm walking around in Bangalore, I definitely smell it. And you're walking in different blocks. You walk one block and you're like, oh, this block isn't so bad. And then you get to the next block and you're just hit. You're like, oh my God. Like you just smelled feces everywhere. And so I'm just like, well, this is just part of Bangalore. I don't know. I can't speak for India as a whole, but that's how Bangalore is, I guess. Well, So I spent my 2 weeks in Bangalore, and went out and saw a lot of the city and all kinds of stuff. And then the night that I'm leaving, all right, I my flight was at midnight. It was late at night, not too late, but it was late. And so it's like an hour cab ride to the airport from where I was staying, and I'm the cab. I had the window down, right, because I was feeling nostalgic, like, oh, I always get a little nostalgic when I'm leaving a place. And I was kind of thinking back to like when I arrived and how much just how well I had gotten to know the city since the time I had arrived. And like I said, I had the window down and I kind of put my face out the window and I'm just letting the air just like hit my face. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to miss Bangalore a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to miss India. And then I realize, I'm like, wait a minute. That strong smell of human waste that I smelled when I arrived, I could no longer smell it. Like, I could no longer smell it. I had without even realizing it, I had completely adjusted to the smell and had become completely used to it. And it was a little disconcerting. Like I was like, I want to smell it. Like, why can't I smell it? Like, there's something wrong if I can't smell it. And look, I know they didn't clean it up. I know that the smell wasn't gone because they had suddenly cleaned up everything in the past 2 weeks that I had been in India. I know that wasn't the case. I had just simply gotten used to the smell and didn't realize it. And it was crazy because it was such a strong smell. The days I arrived, it was such a strong smell. Now look, I am not disparaging India or Bangalore. I had a great time while I was there. I had a lovely time while I was there, and I really enjoyed my time. And I hope that I get to go back next year. Right? I would love to go back and spend more time there and actually even maybe see some other parts of the country and some parts of that part of Asia. So I'm not talking bad about the place. I'm just saying what I experienced, and literally, I experienced just a complete, oh shit, what did I do? I experienced a complete lack of or loss of being able to smell human waste, at least in the streets. It was that was one of the more I don't want to say that was one of the more interesting things about my trip, but that was definitely something of note, of somewhat significant note. But other than that, I don't have anything bad to say about India or at least in Bangalore where I was. It was cool. It reminded me a lot of Bolivia, which if you watch this channel or watch my videos or anything, or you know me, you know that I spend a lot of time in Bolivia. In India, it reminded me a lot of Bolivia in this sense, but India was a little more, it had more contrast. And what I mean by that is the thing that reminded, oh my God, is there a better way to do this? I'm just going to keep doing this. The thing that reminded me of Bolivia in India, and again, I'm not I don't mean this in any negative way, but it was the poverty. The poverty of India reminded me of the poverty of Bolivia. The difference, though, and I mean, I don't mean this disparaging to Bolivia, and I'm allowed to disparage Bolivia because I am now technically a Bolivian citizen, but the difference is like in India, or at least in Bangalore, you would go one block and you just have this abject poverty, right? It's just poverty. It's just that it's a third world country. But then you go another block and it's like this modern day technology center that you would see in Silicon Valley. And then you go another block and it's like, huts and people living in, really rundown houses and stuff like that. So it was weird. Whereas in Bolivia, it's just all around abject poverty. But so there was a big there was a, I guess the word I want to use is juxtaposition. Is that the correct word I want to use? Just like how drastic it was to go from this poverty stricken area to this wealthy area. But again, the food in India, oh my stars and garters, the food was so good. Oh God, that food. It was the biryani, the chats that I had, just the rice was so good. And you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. Listen to me. This is what it is. All right, let me take a sip of water. What it is here. I think of like a cheeseburger. Or no, it's not a good example. Maybe it is. Think of like Doritos, right? You're not getting any kind of cheese or anything natural. You're getting like, cheese product number 13. Cheese food number 13, and yellow 7. You look at the ingredients of an American bag of Doritos and you see yellow 7, cheese product 16, things like that. But you go to these places, like Bolivia is very similar, but you go to like a place in India, and first of all, that crap's not allowed. You're not going to, you got to have real cheese in the product in India. And like, so that's part of why I think the food was just so good there, is because they don't have yellow number 7 in their food. They have actual cheese. Things like that, where in America, like, oh no, hey, how can we save a few dollars, and because the FDA doesn't really care. So, but there it was it's just so good, just so delicious. I'm trying to remember, like, the problem is that I was in India back in January, and here we are like midway through March. So it's been a while. Okay, what am I doing? I'm just sitting here just like flattening this as best I can. Okay, so we're building the line, in case you joined in late. This is another... I think we're going to get rid of this for now. We'll go here. Okay. So how can we do this? Here is our connection. We come in, right? And then we just have a road, a pedestrian walkway here, and then out here we just have massive parking lots. Wait a minute. Where's the train? Wait, was that a train up there? We need a train. Is this a... That's the train. Oh, so we need a train station. Okay, so let's go ahead. Where was that one road I built? I think I destroyed it. Let's go ahead and build... Let's go ahead and build our road. And remember, I want it to be as, like, parallel to this as possible. So what I'm going to do... And I'm not going to build a road. I'm going to build a pedestrian walkway. But I'm going to start with a dirt road, because I want this to be as parallel to this as possible. All right. You got to get quiet for a minute just to make sure I can do this correctly. And this is a problem. You have to eyeball it. I can't... Does that look good to you guys? What do you think? Does that look good? Does that, I mean, if we zoom in here, and I'm going to compare the top part to what I have, and I mean, I guess we're going to have to go with it, right? We're going to go with this. So what we can do with that now is we can bring it out at a 90-degree angle. So we should have the same angle over here. Is this 180 degrees? Thank you. Yes. And we need to find the middle. Okay. We need to find the middle. But if it's 200, if it's 200 meters, oh no. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we're good. We got this. Okay, so I have a plan, right? Okay. So look how flush that is against that. Oh man, could I get this up? Could I get this? Let me try and get. Let me see if I can get this. Let me see if I can get. Oh man, Yeah. All right. I think that's as best we're going to do. Okay. So let's find the middle point. So how wide is this? This is... How wide is this? 90 degrees, 608. So that's 304 is the middle, which is right there. Okay. Let's bring this down. And then that's going to be the middle point in general, 304. So if we go 100 out over here, so 100 meters. Oh my Lord. This is barely, we're going to go 104. We're going to cheat. We're going to take a few liberties in this build. And this is it. This is the width of the line right there. So we can destroy all this. And this should be relatively parallel to the tiles themselves. That's it. That is it. Whoopsie. So what if? What if? Let's see if we replace it. Oh, why is the pedestrian road so thick? Look how thick that is. Look how fat that is. I don't want a fat pedestrian. Now, I know you can have pedestrian roads. There's a pedestrian road, I think it's under here. And those are much thinner. But the problem with those is you can't build on them. You can't build to the edge of them. So that's a problem. All right. So what we'll do now is we'll just build this out, right? We will just take this and we got to go 180 degrees. Or 180 right there, yeah. And then we continue with the 180. And we got to go all the way up. Do we want to build the whole thing now? Yeah, why not? Wait. Whoa. Yeah, so, like I said, I really want to go back to India one day. I wanted to go to different parts of the world. I wanted to go to, while I was there, I really wanted to go to Nepal, but then I found out when I was there that American citizens, you need a visa to go to Nepal, and it takes 3 to 4 weeks to get, and so that was a little disappointing, but that was completely my fault. I didn't plan ahead of time. But I got a tattoo in India, which I felt I was a little overcharged for. I wasn't very happy with it. You can see my tattoo. So this arm here is what I'm getting decorated with tattoos around the world. This tattoo here, this one here, which you can see right there, that's from India. And actually the one over here is from Finland. So I got tattooed when I was in India. And like I said, I think I was a little overcharged. Oh my gosh. So I have a couple of Indian friends that I met here in America, right? But they're originally from India, but they live here in the States. And one of them is actually even an American citizen now. And I posted on Facebook that first of all, I posted that I was in India, and then I posted that I was getting tattooed. And people, there were two responses. There was the response from most people that was just like, oh, cool, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then there was the response from the Indian people with which I am friends. And that was, no, don't do it. Are you crazy? No, you can't get tattooed in India. No. People were very, very concerned. But I got tattooed. It wasn't that bad. Like I said, it was a little, I think I was overcharged, but whatever. It is what it is. I kind of expect that kind of thing. I went to the McDonald's. Joe would appreciate this because I believe, Joe, that I had asked you a while back, what is your go-to meal at McDonald's? And I think you had the same go-to meal as me, Joe, which is, of course, the All-American Big Mac. Now, it's not called the All-American Big Mac. It's just called a Big Mac. But my go-to meal at McDonald's is a Big Mac meal. You get a Big Mac with some French fries, whatever. Oh, it's the best. Absolute the best. Well, in India, you got to remember, it's a predominantly Hindu culture, which means that I don't think they actually worship the cow, but the cow is sacred. And so they generally don't eat it. And what's going on? Why can't I build? What's overlapping? Is this? Oh, okay. So you generally you sorry, got distracted here. So you can't the what I'm trying to say is McDonald's there was no red meat. Like they had McDonald's in India, and I went there, but there was no red meat at McDonald's. It was just vegetarian burgers, which is Joe's favorite, and chicken. And so I had a chicken Big Mac, which was interesting. It was not the best thing that I had, but you know what? It wasn't the worst thing either. Like it wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it. And oddly enough, they had a chicken Big Mac in Finland as well. Maybe they have it in other places. I don't know. I didn't go to other places, so what do I know? All right, so we have the outline. Oh, okay, we kind of have an outline of the line. And I think this is a good start. So what we need to do now is it needs electricity, it needs water, and it needs somewhere for people. How are people going to get to it? I think my idea... Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to draw a line that's as parallel to this as possible. So we'll start here. Just kind of eyeball this like that, right? Then we're going to come over here. We're going to... How long is this? Okay. All right. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Okay, so it's about 2 let's say 1.8, which means the middle point would be about 0.9. So about right... We'll go here. This is the middle point. And then, so what we'll do here is at the middle point, we'll bring it down at a nice 90-degree angle. And then it's going to, like that. Oh, no. No. I think this is crooked. That looks better. Much better. And see, look at, look at that. Look how well those squares line up. I think that's good. Yeah, so the chicken Big Mac at McDonald's was interesting. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It wasn't bad. And then I had fries and a sundae. It was good. It was good. I was staying at this hotel called Leela Palace, and which, oh god. Okay, I have some thoughts on Leela Palace. First of all, the food at Leela Palace is actually really good. It's like one of these. It was one of these hotels that had like 24-hour room service and all of that. And it was so good. It was so, like, the food was so yummy. I ate the food like every day. I got breakfast. Breakfast was included in my rent or my charges or whatever. I had paid for breakfast. And so I got breakfast. Like after 2 days, I discovered, oh, wait a minute. I can have breakfast for room service. And then I got breakfast. So every day I got room service for breakfast. So a couple of things about Leela Palace. They were doing construction. They were doing construction not only outside my window, they were doing construction underneath my room. So I would go to the office and I would come back, and I would usually get back. I mean, I would get back around 3:30, 4 o'clock. I'd get back to the hotel room. And, with the thought of, okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to like take my shoes off. I'm going to relax for a couple of hours before I start my evening, which usually consisted of other phone calls and work-related stuff, because I work with a lot of U.S. people as well. So I'm in India. Just because I'm in India doesn't mean I can stop talking to the people in the U.S. So you're usually on the phone a lot. So, but anyway, the point is between like 3:30 and 5:30, I would kind of just want to relax. But no, I come back to my room and it's constant. Every day I had to call and complain. Every day. The first day, the first goddamn day, I asked them, I said, can I change rooms? No, sir, we can't allow that. Literally their words. We can't allow that. And I complained so much that by the second to last day that I was there, they said, well, would you like to change rooms? Why would I change rooms when I had one more night? And it was infuriating. The noise was infuriating. But the food was really good. The food was really good. And then they had all these services. Like, I didn't find out until after a week of being there that they had a pillow menu, and because I suffered on the pillows that came with the room. I suffered for like a week, but then I was looking through something in the room and I was like, oh, they have a pillow menu. How wonderful. So I was able to get new pillows. And then literally 3 or 4 days before I was to leave, I realized they had a laundry service and that my rate included 3 articles of clothing every day for laundry. And at that point, I had accumulated a backlog of dirty laundry. Oh, and this was the best part. So I tell them, I'm like, oh, I just realized this and I haven't used the laundry. Can I use the laundry? I have a bunch of items to clean. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Okay, great. They're doing their best for customer service. I get the laundry back. And it's normal stuff. It's just like short sleeve shirts, boxers, socks, couple pairs of pants. Normal stuff. Nothing unusual. They give it back. My socks are folded over and have a little paper wrap around them. My shirts are completely pressed and have like a cardboard backing and they're folded around. Why can't my wife fold laundry like that? It was amazing. It was like you would give them laundry to clean, and when you got it back, it was like getting brand new clothes every time because you had to take the little piece of paper off and you had to take it off of the cardboard backing. It was amazing. It was amazing. I would go back there just for the laundry. It that might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but it was oh god, it was amazing. The laundry was amazing. The food was amazing. The noise was pretty awful. But they had a pool, which I never went to. They had 5 restaurants, which I never went to one. No, the Leela Palace, if you can get a room where there's not an excessive amount of noise, then you're in a good situation. Oh, excuse me. All right, so how do we want to do this, right? Because people are going to need to come off of the highway and they're going to have to get onto this pedestrian parking lot. I've been talking so much. I haven't concentrated on the line at all. I'm a little unclear of what to do here. I do know. Wait a minute. This is a street that's a 4-lane street, which I think is over here. Medium roads. Yeah. So I do know that we probably want to come down like this. Right? And then people are going to come down. They're going to yep. Now can I okay. A little U-turn thingy there. Now, what I'm thinking is that now what we would do is we would have the pedestrian road come up here like this. Can we get in the middle? Okay, that's perfect. maybe we don't even need the circle, but I'm going to keep it there for now. And then we're going to build parking outside of the line, right? Because we're not going to allow cars in the line, but we are going to allow parking outside of the line. And then maybe we could even have let's see, which one holds the most? Comfort, noise pollution, upkeep. It doesn't bother to tell you how many cars or anything it holds. Okay, first of all, parking fee. No, we don't want any fees. But let's see, efficiency, upkeep, 321, 321. Okay, what about, so the large parking lot holds 321 cars. What about, let's see, we have the overground parking building. We're just going to have to build it just to see. Apparently that's the only way you can figure out how many cars things. So above ground parking lot holds 160, which is nothing. Below holds 200. And lastly, what about the automated parking building? What about that? That holds 416. I think we have a winner, right? Well, maybe not at first. Maybe at first we'll just use the large parking lots. Okay. Whew. Okay. I'm talking a lot. I'm talking a lot. I had a big trip, It was exciting. It was fun. It was good. All right. How are we going to do this? So, well, we're going to start very basic. We've been at this for how long have we been on? I don't even know. Where doesn't it tell me somewhere how long I've been streaming? Apparently not. But I know, what time is it? It's been about an hour, and we haven't zoned a single thing yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Well, we don't have to worry about traffic, right? Because I'm like, oh no, I got to make sure that I'm not building too close and I'm not building too much stuff on the main road. But none of that matters now, right? Because it's just all pedestrian. It's all pedestrian traffic. So it's just complete anarchy. Okay, here we go. No, wait a minute. Why is that 91%? Okay, that's good right there. Okay, so I think what do you want to see when you come? Like, imagine you're living it. You're entering the line. Thank you, Joe. 56 minutes. You're driving up. You're like pretend you're Joe, right? And you're driving up in your Jeep. Your Jeep Wrangler or 4x4 or whatever. What would you want to see here as you enter the line? What would you want to see that would make you say, wow, what a great community. I don't even need a car to be here. Like, what is that? What is that thing that makes you think that? Anyone? Captain? Joe? Somebody else? Surely somebody has an idea of what that thing is right here. For now, I think I will just zone over here. I'll zone some low density residential. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put some commercial in here. Oh wait, I gotta start the clock. Okay, that's why nobody was moving in. Time wasn't running. Okay. Now, I do believe that electricity is coming in from here. So for now, what we'll do is we'll just do this. So that should give us electricity over here, I think. Yes, they're not complaining about electricity. They're just complaining about water and sewage, which is good. And then, where did my electricity? There is the electricity line. We're just gonna put a single water tower right here now. We're gonna figure this all out in a minute. I just want to make sure that people are happy, right? 'Cause now they just want to be able to flush their toilets, which honestly, flushing your toilet is a very important thing to do. So I think we're going to cheat a little bit, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a road that just comes over here like this. And it comes out here at a 180-degree angle, thank you. And like that. and then we're going to be good old Americans, and we're going to dump our sewage right into the water without a care in the world. Oh wait, that's not what I want. I want this. Right there, like that. And that should, if I can type on it, is that going to work? Is this? Oh yeah. It's already dumping sewage. Perfect. Okay, so these people are happy. They're just complaining about high rent or something like that. I will say one thing about City Skylines. I don't think it's a bad game. I think the City Skylines community is a bad community. It is toxic AF. So I on Reddit, I subscribe to the City Skylines subreddit, and people just trash this game. They trash it like just day and night. Every day there's 6 or 7 threads about how much this game sucks. I've had it with Colossal Order. I thought that this game would finally be playable after 6 months, but now I just have to accept that this game is completely unusable. What game are these people playing? This is an amazing game. And so I go on the subreddit and I ask that very question. Like, and I even preface it with saying, like, is it a matter of customizations and lack of customization tools? Because I know a big thing in City Skylines 1 is being able to, like, put your pretty little bushes here. And now put a pretty little tree over here. Oh, you need another pretty little bush here. Oh, and then maybe you need a pretty little tree and a bush. And why don't you put a little cute little park bench? I know that is a big thing in City Skylines 1. That and on the subreddit, I call it interior decoration. And it's like, okay, in fairness, maybe the interior decoration features of the game are lacking, but I don't know because I don't use that. I just like building a city. And every time I respond to any thread in the City Skylines subreddit, I get downvoted into oblivion. Just downvoted when I say, I think it's a great game. What is so bad about the game? And honestly, and I have said this before, I think what it is, I think it's people like Joe trying to play it on a 15-year-old computer and then complaining that it doesn't work. And like, well, why would you have expectations that a brand new game using state-of-the-art technology, why would you have the expectation that it would run on a 15-year-old computer? That is a ridiculous expectation. It is, and I feel very passionate about this because I write software for a living. So I deal with this constantly, where there was this one project where this piece of software, it had been around for nearly 20 years. And I was responsible for this project. I didn't develop it originally. I inherited it. But I was responsible for it. Whatever, big deal. Yeah. Look at me, senior guy. So with any software project, you add new features over time. And we had a customer that was complaining because they had upgraded. They had upgraded to the latest version. Like, they skipped a couple of versions and then upgraded to the latest version. And they were complaining that it was slow. And so one of the first things you do, you would say, well, what are the specs? And they give you these specs, and the specs are like, well, those are specs from like 8 years ago. Like, you need to upgrade your hardware. Well, and then the worst part is that, because I don't talk to the customers, right? Like, we have people that talk to the customers, and then those people talk to me. They're like the guy in Office Space, the people person. But we have our people saying stuff like, well, if when customers upgrade, if we tell them that they need to upgrade their hardware, we're going to lose customers. And I'm like, what is the expectation here? Is the expectation that we are going to continue to add features to our software and there will be no hardware requirements? That in perpetuity we will continue adding features and they'll just magically work with the same old hardware and they'll work just as well as they did before? Because that's not how software works. It simply isn't. Joe says it's because it's supposed. Wait, I'm being blocked by a heart here. It's supposed to run on. I guess I'm saying okay. It's because it's supposed to run on PS4. I guess is what you're saying, but it's being blocked. Because it's supposed to run on PS4 and Xbox. Okay. Well, what? Okay. I don't understand your point. Like, is that why it sucks? Because it's supposed to run on PS4 and Xbox? Are you saying it's because it's supposed to and it doesn't? And is it a fact of like, well, it just doesn't yet? I mean, that it's very common in the game industry. Now, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know, but I do believe it is very common in the game industry to, you'll release it on PC and then release it on console later. So I don't understand that argument. I don't understand. I don't understand. I do not understand people's vitriol against City Skylines 2. I don't get it at all. This is a fantastic game. And literally, if you're whining about this game, I am convinced it's because you are trying to you can't afford a new computer and you're mad that you can't run a brand new game on your 8-year-old computer. That's what it is. That's why people hate it. I bet you that my computer, the computer I'm running this on, is 5 years old. 5 years old. Now, I did upgrade the video card. I got a second generation, so it's not the newest video card. It's the second newest video card. I got when I found out City Skylines 2 was coming out. I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a new video card, put that into this computer, and I'm pretty sure that the CPU and memory and everything on the computer should be fine. And it is. And it's a 5-year-old computer. It's not. I mean, it's not a state-of-the-art, brand new $6,000 rig. It's a 5-year-old computer that runs. Look at this. I am streaming. I have a browser up, and I'm running City Skylines 2 just fine. Just fine. And people are like, oh, yeah, it's so slow. It's such a hog. It's rendering smiley faces and everything. Stop trying to run it on 6-year-old. Stop trying to run it on ancient hardware. That's the problem. All right. I'm going to stop venting for a minute and concentrate on the line. So we should probably start thinking about public transportation right away, right? And the two things we need to think about are the outside connection, which we're going to have. Well, we have the outside connection here in the terms of parking lots. And then we're going to need the train that's going to come up here. But I hope the train can connect simply as a subway. Like, can the train go underground and then connect as the subway? I'm disappointed because of building on what they had. They simply rebooted the game from scratch. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't they simply rebooted the game from scratch. What were you expecting? Like, literally, what were people expecting? It is a city simulator. Like, what new things are you expecting from it? Now, I do agree. I think that their move to use their own custom plugin system or their own custom extension system, whereas before I think it was all distributed over Steam, and now they want to distribute it on their own system. I do think that's a little sketch, and I don't know what the motivation of that is. Or like, are people going to be selling plugins, or what are they called? Not extensions, add-ons. Are people going to be selling them, and then Colossal Order is going to take a cut? Because that's the only reason I could see them wanting to do that, is if people are going to charge for plugins and then Colossal Order will take a cut. Otherwise, it's just but if that's not the case, and they're just going to be able to, like, oh yeah, upload your extension, upload your plugin here, and we'll distribute it for you. Well, what benefit does Colossal Order get from that, right? So I don't know what that's about. That I'm a little unclear about that. But from the software itself, like, It's a fantastic game. It is a fantastic game. And yes, it's going to look like the old game, but it's a city simulator. Like, like city simulators are going to be able. You're going to be able to build a road. You're going to be able to zone. Like that's what city simulator. It's like complaining about a first-person shooter that is just a first-person shooter. What do you expect? What do you expect? I don't get it. Like I said, I think the only thing people are complaining because they have old computers and they're trying to run it on old computers and it's not working. And maybe the legitimate excuse is that it doesn't have the support for extensions that the old one has, which is a somewhat legitimate criticism, but it's also not a completely entirely legitimate criticism because the software is 6 months old. Like, do you remember what Cities Skylines 1 was like at 6 months old? You probably don't, because you probably hadn't even heard of it at 6 months old. So, calm down. Like, just calm down, people. Calm down. Jeez. All right, I got to calm down because now I'm getting worked up. All right, I'm going to give these people, even in the line, people need a chlamydia clinic. And let's go ahead and upgrade, as we always do. All right. And then next to the chlamydia clinic, we'll go ahead and we'll handle death care as well. So we'll do that here. But now, I don't think we're going to have room for a cemetery. Oh, we do. Ooh, look at that. We do have room for a cemetery. Oh, my stars and garters. Wow. Okay. What I want to do is I want to put another road up here. And then and only then will we put the cemetery right here. Yes, I think that's the way to go. And we're going to oh yeah. Okay, we're just going to leave that alone for now. Okay, but I was saying that we need to think about public transportation. Oh God, what is this person complaining about? Are they complaining about trash? Waiting for a hearse. Okay, well the cemetery should be taking care of that. So I think what we're going to do is down here. Way down here, we're going to have a subway yard. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to come over here. We'll have to go to the little handy dandy subway menu, and we're going to have a subway yard. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's going to fit perfectly. Perfectly. Oh, God, I'm a genius. I am so good at this game. I am so good at this wonderful, awesome game. LDG, free the net. I am sorry. I don't understand. I don't understand the criticism. All right, I'm going to put the subway yard way down here. Because basically the subway, right, it's just going to run from one end of the line to the other. That's all it's going to do. Or, no, I was going to say, wait, can you put a trolley? No, surely you cannot put a trolley on the pedestrian walkway. Let's see. Tram. Yeah, wait, let's see. Double track tram? One way? No. Wasn't there a trolley system? Let's see. Train? I think tram is probably it. Let me see. What is this? But oh, I see. Tram probably, Oh, do we want a tram? We could have a tram that just kind of runs on either road. No, because that probably creates noise. LDG FreeNet, did they fix the issue with dumb drivers going in ridiculous routes to finish their job that are outside of their jurisdiction? Ridiculous. Look, it's a brand new. It's a new software. It's a new program. Yes, you're going to have bugs, like a trash truck that goes from one city to another just for one pickup, which causes major issues. I get it, LDG free the net. I get it. There's bugs. Show me a piece of software that doesn't have bugs. Still, fabulous game. Bird of Prey says you cannot use trains and subways interchangeably. Oh man. I'm debating whether between to go for a subway or through a tram. LGG free the net. No, that was in City Skylines 1. Oh, I don't know. Okay. All right. Do we do tram or do we do subway? Subway is going to be less intrusive for sure. Well, first let's give somewhere for some people for people. Let's. Why can I not talk tonight? What is wrong? You know why I can't talk tonight? It's because I haven't been talking in a while. Listen, I'm not hating on the game. I love the game. Yeah, I do too. I love the game. No, but I don't know if you were here, LGG Free the Net, when I talked about how just like on Reddit, there is, like I was saying, there is an insane amount of vitriol against this game. And if you say anything positive about this game on that subreddit, you will get downvoted to oblivion. And LGG Free the Net says that and have a computer that can run it. Yeah, no, that's key. I honestly think that a lot of people who are complaining about it, I will go to my grave saying that people who complain about this game, they're just bitter that they can't run it. They're just mad. All right, let's see. Oop, no, I don't want to do that. Star Trek Online. Now I hate that game. Oh, Joe might take issue with that. Joe, Birdo Prey 5, and I think he's still in the chat room. He's a big Star Trek fan. All right, let's see. Let's get this underground here. Right. Is that a? No. Okay, I want a 90-degree angle, or 180 degrees. Sorry. And then I want to go down, underground. Come on. All right, it's getting quiet. Okay. Ooh. No. 180 degree. Thank you. 100. Curve too tight. What curve? Oh my God! It will not let me do 180 degrees. There we go. Perfect. Got it. Now, I'm thinking that what probably needs to happen is this just needs to curve to the left, and then it's just going to run up alongside the line, right? I'm going to leave that as it is right now because I'm not going to build the subway just yet because it's a pretty unintrusive thing to build the subway. So you can just come back in later and just kind of put it in. Now, personally, I would not mind living near a graveyard. Some people are really weird about that. Like, I know, like, for example, my wife, right? She would be like, no, I don't want to live. No, actually, she said something funny. She said a white people graveyard is fine because there's no drama. But she absolutely would not live close to a graveyard where there's Asian people because it's too much drama. Keep that in mind. We're going to, so we want a no drama cemetery. White people graveyard. There we go. I hope that doesn't get me suspended or canceled. This is maybe the DEI graveyard. We'll go with that. How about we go with that? The DEI, the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion graveyard. No, that doesn't sound good either. The graveyard for everyone. For everyone with a heart. There we go. We'll do that. Okay, good. That's a good name. We'll go with that. That's not me that said those things. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. All right. Okay. So let's do this. So what do we need? We need some office buildings. Let's just put those there. And I think down here by the track down here, what we can do is actually I think down here we can add some industry. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait to build any kind of subway stations so people have to walk in order to get to work. They got to walk all the way down for now. All right. And so you cannot use, if you can't use the subway and the trains interchangeably, then I think the only purpose that this thing is going to do, that this line is going to do, is the train is literally just going to come in, bring people in, and then go out. That's all it's going to do, right? So let's give people another way to get here into the town. Let's see. What do we? I don't. Do I need a rail yard? Do I? I do need a rail yard. I bet I do, don't I? Oh man, I'm gonna have to destroy a road. All right, we'll worry about that later. We'll just remember. My advice: when you have a problem and you don't want to deal with it, don't deal with it. Maybe it'll work itself out. Maybe it'll be okay. All right, what is this? Is it abandoned? All right. So, all right, we should probably give the little brats a place to go to school. One thing about this game that is annoying is the incessive demand for commercial. I don't know if that was something that's fixed. I again, this is like the first time I've played the game since January, so I don't know if that was fixed or not. Maybe it was. Alrighty. So what do we got going on here? There's not as much creativity right now with this. There's really not a lot to like. Yeah, you just keep adding stuff. Let's give the little brats a school to go to. Okay, we'll put that right across from the graveyard so the kids can think about that when they're in school. And then what we'll do is we'll just build a road right behind the high school, right? And we'll put, I'm sorry, right behind the elementary school, and then we'll put a high school right there. Like that. Okay, that's good. And we'll put some commercial next to both schools. I'll tell you, some of my fondest memories of high school was my mother. She would give me roughly $2 every day for lunch, for school lunch. She would give me $2 a day for school lunch. I mean, this was until I was like 16, 17 years old. So I'd always get $2 a day for lunch. But this was in 19, we'll just say it starts with 19, right? This was a while ago. It starts with 19 when this happened. But every day, not every day, often. No, not even often, but some of my fondest memories was I would take that $2 and instead of buying lunch, I would buy cigarettes. And a friend and I, like we would just sometimes we just completely skip school. And he would have a couple of bucks that he would got from his parents or whoever, and I had a couple of dollars. So one of us would buy cigarettes, and we would go to McDonald's, and we would sit in the smoking section of McDonald's. Imagine that. McDonald's had a smoking section. We'd sit in the smoking section of McDonald's literally from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. We would buy with the $2 that that I had or he had or whatever. We would buy with the other money. We'd buy like a soda and hash brown and maybe a cheeseburger when lunch came around because you could actually get that much food with just $2 back then. But that's what we would buy. We would just sit at McDonald's from like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. smoking cigarettes, which when I think about that now sounds absolutely disgusting, just disgusting. But that's what we did, and even though I look on it now and I'm like, that's disgusting. That was a fun time, fond memories. All right, let's just do this here. Let's just remember we always do upgrades. Do upgrades as soon as we can, but we're not going to do this one right now. Yeah, why not? We'll just no, it's not going to let me. All right, we got that. And oh my stars and garters. We could do paths. I gotta remember that we have paths. Oh wait a minute. I don't want that. No. Okay, never mind. I wanted to fill this space with something. It's gonna bug me. And you see if I go over here like that. Perfect. Oh my god, I am so good at this game. Okay, look at that. That is amazing. Look at that. The line is coming together. We still, let's see. Is there anybody walking to work? I gotta figure that out. Oh wait. Who's this? Transporting a private vehicle. Excuse me. A private vehicle. with 0 out of 4 passengers. This must be one of those like this must be like a Cybertruck because it has 0 passengers, right? So, or maybe passengers is strictly passengers, and there is an owner. What is going on? Oh, there's a dog in the car. Okay, the dog might be driving. And okay, all right. But is there anybody walking? Can I have buses on the pedestrian walkways? On these, can I have buses on there? Let's see. If I put a bus terminal down, right? We can put a bus depot. Okay, and let me put the bus depot down. What's going on here? Oh, it's just a truck. So if I put a bus depot, and then if I want, what is going? Okay, bus stop. Okay, can I put a bus shelter? Wait. Oh, well, look at that. I can have buses. So there are some public transportation options, right? So if I do let's see, if I do a bus stop there, and then, no. Let's put a bus stop right here. And then let's get rid of this one, right? We're going to get rid of that bus stop. And then we're going to put another one. We're going to put another one way up here. We'll put it right here in the middle. And now we're just going to create a line. We're going to go down. And we're going to go all the way back. Oh, wait a minute. No. Connect. Connect. Wait, but that's not a stop, is it? That's not a stop. Is it? Drag waypoint to move it. Oh, come on. You know what? Okay, I'm just going to... All right, let's just put this over here then. I don't know if that's a stop or not. It might not be. I like how there's multiple gas stations. All right, now I really want to check out the buses. Let me check out the buses because this is going to be very, very dramatic. Let's see. En route. Where is this bus? Here he goes. So he's going to go down. So even on the pedestrian roads, you can still have buses. You can still have, I mean, people are driving. I wonder if as this builds up more and more, is traffic going to become an issue? All right? Like you would think it isn't, but maybe it will be. Oh boy. Well, I think, yeah, we'll do that. I didn't even talk about Finland. I didn't even finish talking about India. But I think I am finished talking because it is 8:30. I've been on here for an hour and a half just about. It is good to be home. It is good to be home, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't already looking at my next trip, which I think will probably be to St. Helena. Look it up. We'll talk about it another time. But I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click and subscribe and all of that stuff that people just say at the end of their videos. And I will probably most likely be back on Wednesday. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.